Welcome to this explainer. Okay, picture your kitchen pantry. Normally, you probably just look at it as a dark cupboard where you store ingredients, right? But today, I want you to imagine opening those doors and stepping into a breathtaking, cinematic masterpiece. Think golden volumetric sunlight hitting those little jars. Because we're about to explore the epic, world-changing histories, the hidden dangers, and the mind-blowing science sitting right there on your shelf. The drama we're uncovering today is hiding right under our noses. So settle in and let's uncover the cinematic secrets of your spice cabinet.
So, we've all been there, right? You take a bite of something spicy, your eyes go wide, you start sweating, and your mouth feels like it's literally on fire. You're frantically grabbing for a glass of water. But what's actually causing that fire when there's no real physical heat? Here's a wild truth drawn from our source material. There is absolutely zero physical heat inside a chili pepper. None. It's pulling a brilliant trick on your nervous system. So take a second and guess why chemical is behind this incredible illusion before we move on.
If you guessed capsaicin, you hit the nail on the head. Capsaicin is this naturally occurring compound found inside chili peppers, and its entire evolutionary purpose is to create a completely fake sensation of burning. Seriously, it doesn't raise the actual temperature of your mouth by even a fraction of a degree. Not one. It just completely fools your body into believing a fire was just started right on your tongue. Let's break down exactly how this biological heist goes down. First off, the capsaicin binds right to your tongue. Then, and this is the crazy part, it trips the alarm on your heat receptors. Now these receptors, they're supposed to warn you about actual dangerous physical heat, like touching a hot stove. But capsaicin basically hacks the system and triggers them anyway. Next, these completely false burning signals are sent rushing to your brain. Your brain totally buys it. It thinks your mouth is literally ablaze, even though the temperature is perfectly normal. And finally, your body starts sweating to cool itself down. It's just wild, right? You aren't burning at all. Your brain is just being expertly tricked by a microscopic master of disguise.
All right, let's shift gears. Let's move away from the fiery heat of chilies and step into, say, the warm, atmospheric lighting of a holiday dinner. Think of a luxurious royal biryani, a creamy korma, or maybe a freshly baked pie. Hidden right in plain sight inside these comforting dishes is a royal spice with a genuinely toxic secret. It's a spice that is totally safe when you use it exactly as intended, but becomes surprisingly dangerous if consumed on its own in larger quantities. Any ideas?
Well, that mysterious two-faced spice is nutmeg. And locked inside the super common baking ingredient is a naturally occurring chemical compound called Myristicin. Imagine zooming in on this spice, cracking it open to reveal this potent little compound. Myristicin is the powerhouse engine that gives nutmeg its unique, beloved flavor profile, but it's also responsible for its much darker capabilities. It's a chemical that definitely demands our respect in the kitchen.
To put this into perspective, just look at this incredible balancing act of nature. A small pinch, a tiny little dusting over your latte, perfectly safe. That just gives you that cozy, comforting warmth. But actually, scratch that. It's not even a lot. If you consume just 1 to 2 teaspoons on their own, you cross a very dangerous line into severe nutmeg poisoning. The symptoms are no joke. We're talking intense nausea, a racing heartbeat, confusion, and even vivid hallucinations. It's a stunning reminder that the line between a culinary delight and a toxic nightmare is literally measured in teaspoons. If you love to cook, that's definitely a fascinating safety fact to keep in your back pocket. Okay, now I want you to picture a totally different scene. A sweeping, cinematic shot of massive, ancient ships battling towering storm waves. Fortunes of gold trading hands in medieval markets. Countless naval battles fought. Entire empires built and destroyed. All driven by the desire to control one seemingly basic flavor. A flavor that literally came to be known as the spice worth killing for. Now today, you probably casually sprinkle this stuff on your eggs, soups, or your steak without giving it a second thought. But which everyday spice was once known as black gold? I mean, this stuff was so rare and so incredibly valuable that it completely redrew the map of global trade and the borders of empires. Drop a mental guess as to which humble, everyday table condiment could possibly hold that kind of heavy, historical weight. The answer is black pepper, or if we're getting scientific, Piper nigrum. This wasn't just a seasoning, guys. It was quite literally one of history's most influential commodities. It was the ultimate driver of global trade. And yet right now, it's probably just hiding in plain sight, sitting right there on your dining room table. The economic power packed into this tiny little peppercorn over the centuries is just unbelievable. Looking back at the Roman era, it was already established as this highly prized global commodity. By the Middle Ages, its value had absolutely skyrocketed. People were literally paying their landlords rent with pepper. It was accepted as formal payment for taxes and debts. Then we hit the 15th century, and we see this massive global shift. Because the overland spice routes were so tightly controlled and heavily taxed, European explorers got desperate. You had the Portuguese, most notably Vasco da Gama, braving unknown violent oceans just to establish direct sea routes to India's pepper-growing regions. They risked absolutely everything, basically just to get their hands on this spice, and forever transformed global trade in the process.
It truly just goes to show that things are not always what they seem. Whether it's an illusion of burning heat manufactured by capsaicin to hack your nervous system, a hidden toxin called Myristicin waiting inside a cozy holiday spice, or a bloody, world-altering history masked as a simple tabletop pepper shaker, the everyday ingredients in your kitchen are majestic, cinematic marvels. They are tiny masterpieces of biology, chemistry, and human history, all just resting quietly on your shelves.
So, I want to leave you with this one provocative thought. What other epic mysteries are hiding right there in your kitchen cabinet? The next time you season your meal, I really want you to remember the incredible science and the epic history you're holding right there between your fingertips. Food is never just food, it's a story. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope these stories completely change the way you look at your pantry, and as always, stay curious.